Hello, my name is Ndongo Kahehu of CAP Youth Empowerment Institute. Last time we spoke about the idea of a business, how to create a business, and how a business is not primarily about making money. It's about solving problems and then being paid for solving those problems. It's my hope that you are able to successfully complete the activities that we proposed in that video. This time, we want to talk about another very, very important part of creating a business, which is business compliance. What is business compliance? Why is it important? Who should comply? Business compliance is a term that refers to how well a company follows the laws that govern business in the country. It is important at this point to note that the Kenyan law does not require all businesses to be compliant. In fact, there are very many businesses that are not compliant. For example, if you go to a marketplace, you find a lot of people selling and buying and carrying goods. Those are business people. They are business people in that they are solving a problem, being paid for it. Many of them don't bother to register their business, and they are able to run it very well. However, there is a very, very important reason why you should aim to have your business become compliant, and we'll talk about it in a few minutes. Going back to business compliance, however, the laws that apply to the business that you are running will differ, and depending on the kind of business that you have set up. And it is important for you to make sure that you are familiar with those laws and those requirements so that you remain compliant. And there are many reasons why you should aim to have your business become compliant. As a young person, one of them is being compliant makes your business visible. Let's go back to the people that we spoke about who are working in a market, selling and buying goods. It is true that they do a very, very important job, but there is a sense in which their businesses are not able to grow very well because they are not visible. Business visibility here means that the people who want to buy from you or people who would like to fund your business are able to assess the health of your business, and they do that if you have been compliant. And a good example is if you go to a bank for a loan, the first thing they ask you is your business registration certificate. And then after that, they will ask you for other things like your records, financial records showing how well your business is doing. So that's one reason why you would like your business to be compliant, visibility. There's another reason is that it opens doors to many opportunities that would otherwise remain closed if your business was not compliant. For example, in Kenya, the government has created many programs to encourage young people to start and run businesses. And we'll talk about a few of them. I think you've heard about the Youth Fund. You have probably heard about Uwezo Fund, the Women's Fund. You can't access any of those opportunities unless your business has complied with certain requirements. For instance, it has to be registered. You have to have a tax registration certificate showing that you have registered to pay tax in the country. And you have to fulfill a couple of other requirements that we will see later. So it's really important that your business be compliant because that's the only way those opportunities can be open to you. Those we just mentioned, the ones offered by government, there are many others offered by non-government. They all require that your business be compliant. The other one, and very important one, is it reduces conflict with the law. You have heard people complain about being harassed by city council or by health officers or by other kind of government officials. Usually that harassment starts from the point that you have not complied with the requirements of running your business in that place or in the country. So sometimes one of the first things that a health officer will ask when they come into your business is to show them your health certificate, because that shows that you have complied with the health requirements, or to show them your permit for operating in a certain location, because that's what the law requires. If you don't have any of those, you can get into serious trouble. You can go to jail, actually. Being compliant with those kind of regulations shields you from being harassed. And the other one is that compliance positions your business to grow. If you're compliant, it means that you have laid the foundation for your business growing in the future. It's like building a house. If you don't do your foundation very well, the house is not likely to last very long or even to stand very strong. You need to ensure that you are meeting those requirements that are set by law for your business so that in future, you only focus on growing the business. You don't have to focus on worrying about being harassed or worrying about being visible or worrying about accessing credit because you have already prepared the background for all those things. Yet a lot of businesses are not compliant. A lot of young people don't bother to make their businesses compliant because they think it's too much work. It is not. Most of the things that we talk about under business compliance are things you do once and you never have to do them again. For example, you register for a tax Kenya Revenue Authority PIN only once. You never have to do that again. Others are things you do only once a year. So again, going back to KRA, you file your taxes only once a year. Nobody will come to tell you to file your taxes unless it is time to file taxes. Similarly, you register for a permit once a year. If you are compliant, then you can sleep easy because you know you'll not be bothered by anybody. My strong encouragement is get the business compliance activities done and out of the way so that you can spend your energy on things that are important, like growing your business. So, let's take a look at some kinds of business compliance requirements for Kenya, and we'll not look at all of them, there are very many. I'll just mention some, and I encourage you to go back and try to learn as much as you can about them. We will talk about one or two of those in this video. First one is business or group registration. If you want to start a business, you register it. We'll go into detail about how to register a business in this country. Or if you want to do other activities that are not strictly named business, you can register a group, a CBO, a community-based organization. The other one is the Kenya Revenue Authority compliance. You're required by law to have a KRA PIN, tax compliance certificate, or filing taxes. Another one is business permits. Depending on the kind of business that you are running, you may be required to apply for separate permits. So for instance, if you are running a business that sells food, you are required to apply for a health certificate, a permit that enables you to sell and to buy and sell food, and that shows that the people who are going to buy and consume that food are going to be healthy. Permits, I would like to note here, depend sometimes on the county where you work. So some counties have different kinds of permits. However, again, the Kenya government has simplified things. So there is a process in which you can apply for a business permit once, irrespective of which county you are in. But you do need to familiarize yourself with what the requirements of your county are likely to be. Health, safety, and environment permits. That's a permit required to show that the place where you're operating your business complies with the requirements for health, for safety, for both your staff and for customers and other people who may interact with your business. Business or group returns, those are reports filed with the government or the county government every year to show that your business is operating as required by law, how it is doing, and of course to record any changes that you may have made or you may wish to make. And finally, the last one that I want to talk about is not strictly compliance, it's business records. Strictly, these are not compliance in that it is you as the business owner who needs to keep these business records, not the law that requires you to keep those records. But going back to the question of visibility, these records are absolutely essential. If somebody wants, for example, to support you to invest in your business, they will ask you to show them the records that you have kept about the financial health of the business and how the business has been growing or not growing.